My name's Peter. I'm the Vice President of Europe, Middle East and Africa for Genesis. And we make a product called LRAD. LRAD is long-range acoustic device. And as the name suggests, it's a way of projecting the human voice over very long distances. It's a way of communicating that wasn't possible before. It's a way of communicating with people who don't have a radio or cell phone. And it's a way of passing instructions and messages and, if necessary, warnings to people over long distances. Some of these devices will broadcast the human voice over 2,000-3,000 kilometers, even 5,000 meters in some cases. And as I say, it's a way of communicating with people and passing warnings and instructions. This device that we have on the right here is very common with the Navy. So we install these devices on naval ships, and it gives a way of gives a means for the Navy, the crew of the ship, to communicate with other vessels in the area. These are Ethernet capable, so they're connected and operated remotely. They use an interface that allows the operations crew on the ship to see what's going on around them and then to communicate with them. We use machine learning and AI algorithms in the background to allow the operator of the equipment to identify a vessel or identify a target and then to continuously track that target. And during that time, you can program the devices to transmit messages, to transmit warnings, and it is a way of using AI algorithms basically to keep an eye and to track vessels in the area that could potentially be a threat. And it's a way of doing something called defensive standoffs. It's a way of actually monitoring the position of another vessel. If that vessel gets too close to the Navy ship, then you can give it warnings. And you can do something called an escalation of force. So if necessary, if this vessel gets closer, you can give them warnings and if necessary, to use force. The AI algorithm enables the device to automatically track potential threats and to give them verbal warnings and, if necessary, to use warning tones. And it's a way really of preventing incidents, a way of preventing the use of force. And it's basically a way of resolving incidents peacefully without force.
Hi, my name is Asad Kamal. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Global Industrial and Defense Solutions. This is Pakistan's biggest defense company, and this is our probably 8th participation in IDEX exhibition. And we have grown from strength to strength, just like we've seen IDEX grow from strength to strength. This is our largest participation. And at our stand, you can see a lot of diversity in the products. But one side, we have the standoff systems like the cruise missiles, 290 kilometers, air-launched. We have the MLRS, which has a range of 140 kilometers and an accuracy of less than 5 meters. And behind me, you can see a lot of diversity in the types of drones that we make. And we are also integrating AI, which is the latest thing in the world and in defense also, into all our sophisticated technologies, advanced technologies. So behind me, the drones that you see from the Predator class, which is the high altitude, long endurance class of UAV, we call it the Sharper 3. Sharper 3 is our flagship product. It can carry 8 weapons, and its primary customer is going to be the armed forces of Pakistan, and then we'll export it to the friendly countries. Then you can see a lot of loitering munitions, which are a new thing and are changing the face of the battle. They can hunt for moving enemies, soldiers, tanks, and when you give them a go-ahead, they can go and take them out. So in this technology, we are also integrating AI. They can identify friendlies, they can identify the types of threats they can see through their cameras. So it's a very, a thing that is changing the face of the modern warfare. And that's something we are offering at IDEX, and this is something that is new. Apart from that, we are doing a lot of other regular stuff. We make rifles, we make night vision devices. So GIDS, my company, makes more than 240 products worldwide that we export. That's a very big company. There's also a segment called the land systems. There are a few interesting products in the land system. We make the infrared protection suit. So that suit protects the one who is wearing it from the infrared detection things. Like when you have a UAV at night, it is picking up heat signatures from anything that is emitting heat, like vehicles, human beings, animals. So when you wear this suit, you become invisible to the infrared cameras. So we are making those suits. They are for vehicles, buildings, snipers. Also, we are making standard stuff like RPGs, mortar launchers. We've got naval systems in which we are integrating radars for the Navy in the C4I domain. So a lot of other things that we are doing in this company. Fatah 1 is one of our mainstay items. It is like the HIMARS, much talked about HIMARS American system, which has been used in the Ukraine conflict. And this one will give you an fire and forget range of 140 kilometers. And it is something that is very unique, very relevant to the modern combat. And it is being supplied to the Pakistani armed forces and also put up for exports. Behind that, we are doing cruise missiles that are launched from naval ships. They can skim through a surface and then intelligently, again using terrain mapping and AI, can take out a target. Then we've got air-launched cruise missiles. So you launch it from air. It has gone maps of surface already fit into it. It will go down, do correlation between the maps, do zigzag maneuvers and take out a target. So very smart weapons that we are developing in this company. The small FPV drones are something which are very affordable yet very relevant. And they have made their place in the modern combat. So they are like the operator wears a FPV like gamers do, virtual reality. And then they have these small quadcopters with little explosives. So they go airborne. The operator hunts for targets in real time. So if he has a soldier running, he will just tell the drone to go after him and take it out. Then when it explodes, he picks up another one. So it is something that has created fear amongst the enemy, but it's a very effective tool. So in the modern concept, you see that things are improvising and new things are coming.
So I'm Richard Hecht, Marketing Director, Control. Very happy to be here with Control, our company, defining clarity. That's our main theme. That's our main brand. We're invested strongly in the UAE and also in the region and also globally. Our company deals with all domains of payloads. And these payloads can be with the Army, with the Navy, and can be with in the air. If you look around this booth, you'll see tactical sites that can be on armored vehicles. What we do is we have very, very advanced optics that are made to bring operational value to the warfighter. These optics are deployed, they're stabilized, they can see at day and night, you can see ranges, and on top of that, we have analytics, which is AI, which is the new thing, because optics can do a certain thing or come to a certain level, but you put on that a suite of analytics which can track targets. We can say it's a man or a car or a plane, and it can see the distance, and it can overcome weather. These are things that our company does, and we're very proud of. We're a one-stop shop for very, very advanced optical images and analytics, and we're happy to be here. So we have products, what you see here in the booth, you'll see our long-range speed family, which are deployed in borders all over the world, which are very, very, very long range. They can see very far and very precise targets. And the new thing which we've added recently is for these long-range systems to adapt into counter-UAS systems. So they can also be a part of this emerging threat of drones, UAVs. That's a very, very important part of what we're doing. Inside these long-range systems, we have advanced analytics that can track targets in the air, that can predict if a target disappears, where it's going to go. A lot of advanced analytics that can bring capabilities. We've also integrated, you'll see a radar here on our booth. We've integrated into radar, so we can get a cue from a radar and our site can go to that target. So we're always upgrading our systems to be agnostic and connecting to other systems, into command and control systems, more and more. Yes, the AI, command and control. So the AI is above the camera. It's embedded in our cameras. And again, we have also payloads that can go on boats. And again, in the sea, it's very, very rocky. And these are very superbly stabilized payloads. So you won't see movement if they're on the boat. So that will help the operators achieve their missions. Same in the air. You'll see our payloads that are connected to UEVs that can designate targets, they can see targets, they can close circles. And recently we've also invested in a subsidiary called Microcon that does micro payloads for small UEVs, also loitering UEVs and also small drones. Not products, I would say it's more families of products. So we have our land family, we have our UAS family, we have our maritime family, and we have our air family. We also have payloads that can go in helicopters. But our main segments are maritime, land, tactical, remote weapon systems, a lot of domains. So the Army, I would say the main product would be the Sight 25 HD, which can go on a remote weapon system, on a 30 caliber remote weapon system. Again, can also go for ground targets and also go for air targets. More closer range, not as big as the Speed family, but very, very advanced payload. It's already deployed on the Striker program in the US. We won a big contract for close-in weapon systems for the Indian Air Force.